I don't know about you, but it feels like something's changed. If you're terminally online like me, you probably enjoy video games, or maybe you enjoyed video games. I'm 24 right now and have been playing games since I was literally old enough to drool over a controller. My older brother would whoop my ass at everything possible till I beat him once at NASCAR, and I've never let him live it down since. And since then, I've played a lot of games. Like an embarrassing amount. I genuinely struggle to think of a series I haven't played at least one title of. And my memories are all mostly positive.
Y'all stupid ass killed. He said, oh, I got hit by a thermite. I got stuck by a thermite. You gotta use fucking use sunscreen in the sun, don't you? Bro, your parents got whipped.
Gaming's been around for a while now, since the 70s. And it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. It's gotten to the point where it feels almost too big.
Pause.
Maybe it's because I'm getting a little bit older and I find all the new stuff kids like fucking brain rot, but something tells me it isn't just me feeling this way. If I was to compare it to something, I'd say the steady decline of the movie industry is a pretty good simile. Art used to be just that. Art. Some crazy cunt had an idea, a big one, a cool one, and a lot of other people thought it was cool too. And through their combined creativity, teamwork, sleepless nights, talent, skills, technology, and no doubt a fuck ton of caffeine, something beautiful was born. And we as an audience recognized it. Then some industry sharks smelled blood in the water, and now we've got whatever the fuck that is.
That's fine now.
But I'm not the critical drinker, I'll leave that department to him. We're talking about video games here, so back to topic. Let me just be clear about something. Put down the hammer and sickles. I'm a fucking red-blooded democracy-spreading soldier for freedom as well, okay? I'll die for Super Earth. Let's just get that one out of the fucking way. So I know these things take money. And I also don't think gaming is overpriced. It's fucking pricey, don't get me wrong. But most games nowadays will get you, what, solid 30 plus hours of entertainment? And that's not even counting online aspects, which are theoretically infinitely replayable, unless you're playing an EA title. So it makes sense that they cost 7 times a movie ticket. Not to mention, they are difficult to make. I don't know if you've ever watched a behind the scenes on one of these things, but I don't even know what the fuck they're doing here, bro. I get it. Okay, I know why the industry as a whole has become more expensive. Because the quality's gone up so much. But has it? Perhaps this is just rose-tinted glasses because of the nostalgia we all kind of have, but it felt like back in the day, I was truly excited to hear a new game announced as a kid. Especially if it was from a title that I know and loved. I knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, this was going to be a lot of fun and it was going to be awesome. I can't tell you how ready I was for Saints Row 3, boy, when I heard that Kanye West. Whew, shit! Fast forward to today, and if you're involved in the gaming scene, you know that hearing a new game announced, whether it be from one of your favorite series or something brand new, carries a very potent sense of foreboding. Because, my oh my, have we been burned before. I'm sure you've heard a lot of people complaining about movies just being remakes, reboots, and retards nowadays, and it really does feel like that's starting to bleed into gaming. I don't know if any of you have recently booted up any of the classics, like Star Wars Battlefront 2, the good one, Saints Row, the good one, Modern Warfare 2, the good one, or God of War. Okay, they're both pretty good, but there's a very clear difference in quality, creativity, and love. I'm being serious though. It seemed like everybody was doing something new back in the day. Every title was different, There was a very different feeling to every franchise, and they all had their own distinct personality and feel, you know? Borderlands was comic-y and snarky, Arkham was dark and detailed, Dishonored was steampunk and Victorian, Bioshock was dystopian and mysterious, Doom was violent and loud, Minecraft was peaceful but fucking horrifying. You get the idea. And again, fast forward to today, and if I have to watch one more fucking generic open world RPG with on-launch issues, terrible PC ports, and God forbid a fucking battle pass, then I'm going to battle pass on from this life. Also, just a side note, who the fuck decides a hiring criteria for video game reviewers and journalists? They need to get Order 66'd, every single fucking one of them. They clearly don't play video games. And when I heard they would carry more weight in the video game award voting polls, I had heart palpitations. But, thank God, justice was served. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I don't want to make it seem like it's all doom and gloom here, because it's not. There are plenty of very good titles that are still brave, adventurous, shake up the industry. Hi-Fi Rush and its perfect sound design. The painstaking detail of Baldur's Gate 3. The crisp art style of Hades. I'm just fucking spitballing here, but there is love here, ladies and gentlemen. That cannot be denied. However, we've been so starved with unreleased bugs that when Ghost of Tsushima released a free online DLC, which added pretty much an entirely new game's worth of content for free, I thought I was being pranked. And then you've got Dragon's Dogma, which charges you to even change your fucking character's appearance in an RPG, and it's Cyberpunk, who won an award for Best Ongoing Game just for fixing the old fucking game, and Overwatch 2, which is just Overwatch 1 with some shiny new $25 fucking skins and some new inclusivity criteria. It gets a little bit exhausting. Some Ordinary Gamers made a great video, which I'll link below, about Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, whatever the fuck, I actually don't know, and how they essentially destroyed one of their old titles. And I mean literally, like, you can't play it anymore. It was an online only game that wasn't profitable enough to keep the servers open on, so instead of patching it to be offline, they just nuked the whole fucking thing. Imagine buying a movie and one day somebody just comes in, grabs the disc and snaps that shit in half and says, get fucked. Whatever. If you're interested in the details, I highly recommend that video. When I was writing this video, a part of me thought, am I just being bratty? I mean, gaming as a whole is absolutely in a better place than it was 15-20 years ago, and because of its rising popularity, we're spoiled for choice. There's a lot of stuff out there to play, and we can always go back and play most of the, you know, old titles that we still love. And there's an element of that which is true, because do you know the worst part of all of it? We're doing this to ourselves, at least partially. Pre-ordering is the bane of the modern gamer. I get it. You want to play it as soon as possible, and it will usually come bow-wrapped with some cool exclusive content as well. But it's a very dangerous message to send. The level of trust between consumer and supplier has soured so much, I'm starting to think of these game developers as drug dealers. And what do you think happens if the dealer already has your money and hasn't handed over the good shit? You're going home sober, brother. Seriously though. These companies don't give a shit. They spent a lot of money and they got even more money back. Why would they spend more if they already have what they want? And I meant what I said about Cyberpunk. Don't get me wrong, I love the game. Everybody does. For good reason. Now that it's what it was always meant to be, it's awesome. But does it really deserve the Game Award for ongoing support? I already mentioned I'm not a huge Fortnite fan, but there's no human on this earth that can disagree. They stay updating that game. I stopped playing for a year. I came back recently just for a video, and they've got a whole fucking Lego RPG collab. They've got Roblox style custom game modes. They've got some kind of driving game mode, updated maps, skin drops. Cyberpunk just did what they should have done from the start. And no amount of witty fourth wall breaks from Idris Elba is gonna make me forget that. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. If you really do want to pre-order for that extra skin, or pay $25 for a new fucking Rule 34 model, or pay to win, fine. I can't stop you. If that's what the community wants, that's what the community wants. But these aren't revolutionary ideas I'm dropping here. I'm not the fucking Malcolm X of first world problems. These are all pretty common complaints among the community. So, we either have to take some responsibility and agree that we deserve the products that we pay for, not an unfinished version of it, not an abandoned carcass of it, not an overpriced re-release of it, but all of it. Everything that was promised, up front, polished, and tested. Or we need to accept that maybe
it's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Just the way it is, boo.